back, boys. So, alright, so let me see what you said, Silent. The fact that I do not have a choice and they refuse to give me one and the community bitches about it is just shit of the game and the community. I have posted, I do not recommend it because of it. Play it as you like it though. PS, recent review did not make it better. Okay, so... right, so first of all, yes, I do remember your review, and you have absolutely every right to feel like that about the game. It's not a friendly game. It has mechanics that can absolutely be annoying. They can be annoying even if you like the game. That is. I will tell you that, and I will tell you this though. There is one very nice thing I really like about this game, and actually it is the main thing that captured my attention ever since the start of the beta and the testing phase and stuff like that. I really enjoy, and to be honest, I admire it in a way that the developers have a vision for their game, and they follow the vision they have in a very strict, organized, and very focused way. Regardless of if I like the game or not, regardless if stubborn way, yes, in a very stubborn way too, you're right. I mean, one mod with a few changes will make one playable for me and actually be a good game. That is very true. You could have another mode in the game with different parameters, or you could actually create a custom game. And you know how some games have skaters, you have bars where you can how the Doom games, for example, right, where you can take the bar and move it left or right. For example, how difficult you like things to be. So you can have a mode like this where it's a customizable mode and customize how punishing you like the game to be. So someone that actually likes the game to be a little bit chiller and a little bit more, to play in his own pace, for example, without having his ass kicked all the time, you can tweak the sliders a little bit to the left or right, make it a little bit easier and stuff like that. Absolutely normal. That would be a fantastic idea. Hello, how is Stonesharding? Yo, non-major nerd. Why non-major? I would say we are all major nerds around here, buddy. Major nerding is absolutely fine, my dude. Very cool name, though. Hello. Very nice seeing you, nerd. Welcome. We are just discussing these newer devlogs, actually, about morals and stuff like that. Absolutely awesome. And we are discussing general things about the game. I was saying that one thing I really like about Stoneshard is that it is such an unforgiving game. Not an unforgiving game. It is such an unforgiving game that actually I really like how Stoneshard is a very nice game to spark discussion around. Right? I like that. I get that it's hard to implement, but season mode will do so much. True, and even it pulls people in that will play normal harder modes later on. Absolutely, I agree, Silent. I couldn't agree more, buddy. Thanks. Oh yeah, I love how much this game kicks my ass. It's a great time, though. Exactly. So this is the issue, though, nerd. Even if you and I, the thing is that you and I, we like how much the game kicks our ass. There is an opposite discussion, though. And that's what I like to listen. I like to listen to the opposite discussion too. Like, for example, Silent is saying that an easier mode to implement would actually lure more people in, and even those people will be easy in the game, and then with playing, learning the game, the mechanics and all of that, and then they would actually like to proceed in the more punishing levels of the game, right? Or game modes and stuff like that. So, truth be told, I am pretty sure that there are a lot of people that tried the game, they got their ass kicked to hyperspace, bro, and never play the game again. Because they are right. I can understand it, you know? I can understand it. I mean, you can die in level 1, man. I mean, how many times I died in level 1? Shit. You know? You can wander off in the fucking woods and get your ass eaten by a bear or something, by a wolf. You know what I'm saying? So, it's easy. And then you say, what the fuck? It even pulls people in that will play the normal game later on. True. Not to mention the noobs who just want to play the game and just get denied. Yes. Pretty much. I mean, maybe, but it's the #1 selling roguelike in the world. It beat out Home, I believe, in previous #1. Wait, it is actually the #1 selling roguelike in the world? Wow, that's fantastic news, man. Considering how much I love the game, I really like those news. That's great. On Steam, I would say, not the world. Yeah, on Steam. No, but it's cool. It's cool. It's not advertised as a roguelike. Maybe now that there is way more randomness in the game regarding the dungeons and the contracts and all of that stuff, it fits more the roguelike concept, I would say. They changed quite a lot how the game functions, considering how static and pre-organized many things were in the game before the last Richie's update. The last major update brought a lot more randomness and roguelike elements in the game. It's advertised as a turn-based RPG. Yeah. Which makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. So, like, that's why I believe that these changes that we are seeing right here, for example, the overhaul changes to psyche system, they all are targeted into making a convoluted system more understandable and easier to recreate and implement. And in that way, even the developers will be able to use it way more for the character creation and the things that the game functions around. And doing so in other systems will also help the game more too. It's part of a bundle on Steam right now. It's called Unforgiving Roguelikes. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Unforgiving Roguelikes. Interesting. Definitely the unforgiving part they got right. They got the unforgiving part quite right indeed. I'll tell you what. This game, with all its problems that it has, it's one of the most played games for when it comes down to what I did. And it's pretty insane considering that the game is so early in development too. Like, let me see here. So, I think War Tales is my most played, and then it comes Stoneshard. War Tales is 1.3 thousand hours. Oh my god, I haven't played Stoneshard since the Rich's update, and I still have more play time than War Tales. 1.4 thousand hours. Man, what can I say? This game, it's pretty crazy, and there are so many things I still haven't done in the game. By the way, to be honest, and it's so early in development too. It doesn't refer to itself as roguelike. It's more like open world adventure than traditional roguelike, but it certainly borrows a lot from the genre. Yeah, true. It's the open world exploration and stuff like that, it's really where it's at, right, regarding the game. I do have a bit of a gripe when it comes down to Rags and Riches update. Unpopular opinion, the caravan might maybe have made traveling way too easy. I don't know. The last time I played the game, I even dodged the caravan part altogether and traveled on foot. I just traveled on foot in the entire map. It feels like the Darkest Dungeon, maybe Morrowind had a turn-based top-down baby. Actually, you are quite right. That is a very good way to put it, to be honest. Darkest Dungeon and Morrowind had a turn-based top-down baby. That is such a good way to put it. Yeah, you could say that. You can say that it has unforgiving Darkest Dungeon mechanics, especially since it functions so heavily on morale and psyche changes and stuff like that, and punishments, and the exploration of Morrowind and pixelated goodness that it has. You would have it if you have a top-down Morrowind and stuff like that, right? And also, I like how you mentioned Morrowind, nerd, and you didn't mention Skyrim. That's the mark of a real nerd right there. I think Morrowind was my most played Elder Scrolls game ever. I was in university back then, and I remember playing for days straight. I remember I closed down the shutters on the windows so that the sun doesn't come in, and I used to play for 2-3 days in a row or something. It was great. It was awesome. Morrowind is such a good game. Don't get me wrong, Oblivion was fine and I enjoyed Skyrim, but Morrowind was such less handhold in my opinion. Yes. And maybe it's the element of nostalgia that it hits right in the feelings. It's very possible. But I think that the personality of Morrowind was leagues than anything else that they have done. But again, maybe it's because nostalgia. The game was just, yes, and I also played Oblivion when it came out, like 10 years ago. When was it? I haven't played the remake. I don't think I have to. I do remember Oblivion. I played the crap ton out of it. But Morrowind was the dearest in my heart, I'll be honest. I'm brand new to Stoneshard, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I will tell you what, nerd. Since you are also new to Stoneshard, you are going to hear a lot of different opinions about Stoneshard. I really do enjoy how me and Silent, we have different opinions on it. And it's really how it should be, right? You shouldn't agree to everything. I would say this. I will say, play the game in your own pace. Enjoy the game in your own way. Listen to all the different opinions that people have on it. Keep them in your mind. Judge them in your own way, and figure out. Create a result that you actually enjoy. There are many. For example, right? There may very well be parts of the game that you don't like, and that's absolutely fine. You can actually. That's the good thing about the game. You can actually skip them. You don't have to play them. For example, I will tell you straight up. I don't like I ended up don't liking the caravan. I played the caravan. I unlocked everything in it. I liked it. I liked it even more. I liked very much how I ended up zooming all over the map. And then I hated it. I hated it. I end up hated it. Because it trivialized the distances in the map and all the dangers in between them. So going from one block of space on the minimap to another block, because the more you upgrade the caravan, the bigger distances you can travel with less danger, right? So you end up traveling from one place to another, from one dungeon to another. Your caravan starts functioning as a checkpoint, as a waypoint for safety, and then you trivialize the dangers of the forest and the woods, and think the wolves and bears don't count anymore, right? And I don't like that. So what I end up doing, I completely dodged the caravan altogether. Like I made it like I didn't even pay attention to it. I completely skipped it, and I ended up using the carts. You know, the carts with the horses, where you pay the merchant, the cart driver, and takes you to a place. I use that because with the caravan also you end up never using the carts around the towns. And yeah, I play like that. So play at your own will, my dude. Play as you like, figure out the game on your own, and enjoy it as you will. Okay, I'm sorry, I went on a rant on a yeah, I mean I talked way too much. Okay, let me see. Absolutely, I welcome them. I love talking about things we like, don't like, etc. There you go. Yes, absolutely. If I get a choice to save more often, this game would be my favorite list. Now it's on my never again list. It's true. Yeah. Actually, not being able to save can be extremely annoying. I mean, fuck, I know how much it pisses me off, and I still and I like the fucking thing. That's unfortunate to hear. I think the save system is done in a very interesting way, but I haven't played enough to really have a developed opinion on that. I'm going to be honest with myself. It is enough the number one of the most requested features by people like me. Yes. No, it's again, I'm telling you, dude, I absolutely and completely understand why you would need a save system like this. And to tell you the truth, again, I believe that the game should have different ways of punishment, different levels of punishment, and you should have the choice of the freedom of choice of using or not using the system. For example, you know how War Tales, you can play War Tales or XCOM, right? You can play XCOM in Iron mode. Or not Iron mode. What is the mode where the game saves on its own and you cannot save at all? You guys remember that mode? Iron mode? No, wait, what is it called? Whatever. You know what I mean, right? The mode where you can choose. You cannot choose when to save, and the game saves on your own. Iron Man. There it is. Yep, I know what you mean. Yes. Okay. So basically, Stoneshard is a permanent Iron Man mode. Is that good? No, it's shit. It's shit. It's what it is. It's dog shit. Because it looks, think for a moment. If War Tales had permanent Iron Man mode, would I play it as much? I don't know. Probably I wouldn't. Probably. Is the fact that you can just save the game by sleeping enough? Is it? You can buy a mattress and have it in your backpack and sleep whenever you want. Is it enough? Is it a good system? That you have to occupy spaces in your backpack to have, a mattress in your backpack so you can sleep and save the game when you are outside and exploring? It can be shit, right? It can be dog shit. But some people may say, yo, you know what? I like to be stressed about when I'm gonna be saving the game. I like trying to figure out where the next isolated inn is gonna be so I can find it and buy some food and save the game. You know what I'm trying to say? The best option would be make the game more customizable, right? Let the people play in a punishing way that they want, or in a less punishing way that they want. Now what would I say? Am I gonna still play the fucking game? Yes, because I like how hard it is, and I am a masochistic motherfucker like that, But that's just me. 70% of the people that are gonna try the game, they are gonna die in the first level after they exit the fucking town and never play the game again. Is that good for the fan base? No shit. It's dog shit. You actually lock out so many people, man. Just imagine. You can lure them in with an easier gameplay, have them learn the mechanics down the road, and then let them replay the game in a harder setting if they want to. But do they have the right to have the game in their own mentality and have it play as exactly they want to? Yes, they do. That's why I'm saying it's such a tough argument, and everybody's right on this. You have those masochistic motherfuckers that like how hard the game is, and they say, no dude, don't touch anything, let the game be as insanely hard as it is, it's fine. Those fuckers are right. You have those normal players that say, yo, you know what, give me an option, man, let me choose. Let me choose in this fucking game. Why can I not save a little bit easier, let me choose something. And those fuckers are right too. Fuck, it's what it is. That's why I like the game so much, because it's so different in its mechanics. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying here. If you do not even know, you have to absolutely not the new preferably. Yes, I think the choice of how saves are handled is probably a lot of what drives how unforgiving the game is. And that seems like a very deliberate choice, especially if it's so widely requested to be changed and they apparently decline to do so. Yes, exactly, and that ties in what I said before, that the developers have a clear vision in their head and they know how the game they know how the game should function, and they say, nope, we're not change it, this is how the game works, and if you like it, okay, if you don't like it, okay too. That's why I'm saying that nobody's wrong in this. It's not about sitting on the fence and actually being afraid to take a side in this, because I'm telling you, I have chose a side. I like how punishing the game is. And I am one of the guys that said, yo, you know what? Unless you make it in a way, unless you change the game in a way that you give people choices, but you don't take away anything from the game, then don't fucking touch it. Leave it as it is. Leave it as it is. Because I don't want the game to be pussified for all the gamers out there, right? So, yo. Yo, nerd, thanks for the follow, soldier. Hell yeah, legionnaire. Another one in the house. Hey, man, hell yeah. Thanks, yeah. Thank you, buddy. Very, very fucking cool. Thanks for sitting around, my dude. Okay, I played less than 50 hours and I feel like it was pretty clearly communicated. Yeah, true. I think it makes total sense from an in-world context. If you were a mercenary in a medieval world and you are not in town, you are at a very high risk of getting killed or starving or whatever. But I also think that it's an explorer mode or something with a more traditional save option would be nice. Yes. Yes. That's a very good point to make. You're actually hitting on a very precise concept of the game right now. There is a very big emphasis on realism in a game like this. They have clearly communicated how. Now again, realism when you have magic, you know, but they have very intently, I can't find the right word to say right now. They have the clear vision they have about the game is how they want the mechanics of the game to function in a real life situation. Like the way food would affect your morale, the way sleeping would affect your morale and your sanity, and thus the psyche system overhaul is exactly that. Is exactly redesigned to mirror the changes of the game, the way they change the rest of the game, to have it so whatever you do in the game in a daily basis would affect your morale and your sanity and what you do. So a real life situation, let's say, is what they want to do. And saving is part of that. No job streaming, boys. Love the stream title. Thank you, my dude. Welcome, dude. Welcome. We are having a little discussion here about Stoneshard, my boy. Yeah, this is definitely part of the vision of the game. How they want mechanics to function, and how they want the world to affect your status as a player. And so the whatchamacallit, the saving system mirrors that too. The fact that when you are outside, you have to find legit ways to save the game by using ways that make sense for the lore of the game. Let's say, you know, Stoneshard multiplayer. Yeah, well, that would be cool. There are definitely ways where multiplayer could function in the game, even though it is strictly balanced around single player. So, and I doubt I mean, I think multiplayer, if it's not in their radar altogether, it's gonna be way down the pipeline. But yeah, definitely a fun thought, eh? Definitely a fun thought. Yeah, so again, boys, I think this is going to be one of those games that I do believe that, man. I do believe that. I really think that Stoneshard is going to be one of those games that is going to keep discussions around it sparked for quite some time. And I honestly think that unless they implement different, easier and stuff mechanics like that in a very precise and customizable way, this may be actually, I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me, but I believe that the fan base of this game is so insanely, what's the right word to use here? Sick in the head, bro. That actually making the game easier, I truly believe that is going to make it to lose fan base. I may be completely wrong about this. But if you told me that tomorrow, the developers tomorrow are going to make the game easier by doing this, and this, I probably don't like the idea. I will probably don't like the idea. And yeah, like it's, I don't know. I think it's because of how the game is built. That is what, you know, how the game is what's the right word? Founded. How the game is founded, right? And it's built over the mentality of some core mechanics that they have to make. I'm not asking for the game to be easy, I'm asking for an easy mode. Yeah, I understand. That's why I'm saying that the game absolutely should have different modes to play. I agree. I completely agree. And I honestly, sincerely hope that different modes of gameplay are considered at least to be in development down the line. I honestly agree. I honestly hope that that's the case. That's why what you're saying makes no sense. No. Why? Oh, I'm not talking about you, by the way. I'm talking generally. Like if they actually change the game without implementing a different mode, I wouldn't like that. That's what I'm saying. I completely agree that they should implement an easier mode, like different choices and different things. Yeah, that's an important clarification. I would have zero problems with an explorer mode or game options, a lower chance difficulty, but I wouldn't be upset if they just made it easier across the board. Yes, that's what I'm saying, right? You know how Valheim has different settings that you can start the server with. You can start in the builder settings where all your materials are free. If you want to just sit around in the main area, in the starting area, and build houses and stuff like that, you can start with some other settings where no raids happen in your base and stuff like that. So the same way that Valheim has different settings for different people, this would be nice if they had this in here as well. For example, I would even play harder mode once I got used to the game, or normal mode if you like to call that. Yes, exactly, I agree. I absolutely agree. That is a very good idea, and I sincerely hope that they implement this in the future. I honestly, truly believe that the game could benefit insanely much by a different mode. I do believe that. Like for those people that want to understand the mechanics and they want to explore the game in different pace and stuff like that, in a less punishing, different way, let them ease them in the game, and then let them choose the way they experience the game. And if they want to then move on to the normal mode, then so be it. In the meantime, though, let them play in the game, right? So I think that I really do sincerely hope that is something they are considering down the line. I just saw the Pokemon that nerd chose. Nice one, man. That is, look at that little guy. Yo, what is that Pokemon called again? Is that little dude the little that's the one that becomes butterfly? Is that it? Is that I'm not sure. But yeah, this is pretty much. This is pretty much, and this practically is the reason why I am always keeping Stoneshard in my rotation too of the games that I'm playing. Stoneshard, it never disappoints, man. It never disappoints. Even though I'll tell you what though, when they released the Rags to Riches update, and the update was so insanely huge, and they changed so many things, core mechanics in the game, that all your previous saves were irrelevant. That hurt my heart, man. That hurt my heart. I had so many hours in the fucking game, and all those saves were made irrelevant. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? That comes with the risks of playing a game in early access, right? It's an interesting discussion. I agree with both sides. I think player experience and player choice are important things to consider, but I also think that they should make their games with the tone and experience that they want the game to have. True, and also consider that the team, the developer team behind Stoneshard, is really a small team of developers. And they have gone so much shit through the war of Ukraine and Russia and stuff like that. They had to relocate the entire studio, and it's a marvel how they managed to keep developing the game through all of this shit. So consider the fact that one of the reasons why they have not implemented something like this yet is because how much of development time it needs and how small of a studio they are. And if I'm not mistaken, it's something they already said, by the way. I honestly wouldn't rule out if they implemented the different modes in the game down the road. But I honestly think that they want to get the core. They want to get the core of the game right before they move on to a change like this. So I mean, consider the fact that they are still making changes to core mechanics of the game. Like, imagine how many shit they have to develop and implement. I mean, look at this, right? We are just literally reading the Psyche system overhaul, which is the last. It is the last core mechanic that has remained unchanged for the very early development stages. So, yeah, hopefully down the road they are going to implement something like this, and they are gonna have. I say this, right? Develop the game and make the normal game exactly the way you have visioned it, right? Have it be a very good game, make it a very good game, the core game, and then when you have that set in stone, then take development time and create different things that the community needs, right? That's what I would say. That's how I would approach it, right? And until then, having discussions about the game and how the game functions and behaves and stuff like that, that is always going to be a very healthy way to treat an argument like this. In the sense, like, consider these boys, like, only good things can come from having a discussion like this. Like being in a bubble and only listening your opinions same as yours, especially in an argument like this, it doesn't serve anything. Listening to the other argument and actually taking ideas and implementing them in your own way, that's the right way to approach this. At least that's what I think, right? It's not about sitting on the fence and just saying that everyone is right and just to make everyone happy. It's actually the fact that good ideas may come from both sides, and take the game, build it to be a good game, and then implement things that people will want in the best way possible. That's how I would approach this. So, good changes, very good changes, all good things in a way. This new Arcane tree looks to be really good, really nice, dynamic and strategic, and very very nice implementation of a magic school. So we are going to have 4 magic schools in the game now: lightning, fire, earth, and arcane. Still so much to do, considering how many magic schools are going to be implemented in the game. Very cool though, super cool. Yeah, so guys, I say we hop back to Elden Ring. You are absolutely Hannard and Nerd. You guys are absolutely invited to stay along and have fun with us. If you wanna keep discussing about Stoneshard, feel free to. I will absolutely be happy to. We don't have to stop talking about this, but I think we are going to jump back into Elden Ring and go smash some faces. Yeah, nice, man. Thanks for all the chats, boys. It was really, guys. It was really nice, man.